Donald Trump is frantically posting things like this. Dems dust off the Russia playbook. It's always projection and confession with Donald Trump. He's posting video from Fox Propaganda where they say, oh, here we go again, Russia, 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 right? This follows the Department of Justice unsealing an indictment against Russian nationals who used a right-wing media company as a front in the United States. It was called Tenet Media, to spread pro-Russian propaganda as well as to divide Americans and divide communities, ultimately with the goal of trying to get Donald Trump elected. A very detailed indictment, and one of the things that many people suspect is why the founders of Tenet Media, who are named in this indictment as basically knowing they were dealing with Moscow, why they weren't indicted, that they were possibly charged already, and that they are now cooperating. So this is just the tip of the iceberg, and Donald Trump knows that. Don't let them gaslight you, folks. You know the easiest way that you can show people when Donald Trump goes, oh, it's Russia, Russia, Russia. I mean, look, when Donald Trump was running in 2016 and he gave a press conference where he quite literally said, Russia, if you are listening, I want you to hack the emails of my political opponent. Here, just listen to what he said in his own words. Here, play this clip.
Russia, if you're listening, I hope you're able to find the 30,000 emails that are missing. I think you will probably be rewarded mightily by our press. Let's see if that happens. That'll be next. Yes.
Now, you remember over this past weekend, one of the clips that I provided where Donald Trump gave that bizarre interview with Mark Levin, who talks like that. And remember what Donald Trump kind of just bizarrely brought up on his own? He talked about how he really wanted to make deals with Putin, but because people were accusing him of making deals with Putin, he couldn't get those deals done. Remember that? Here, play this clip.
Than me, but we were having a problem. You had Adam Shifty Schiff and all these bad people, including Hillary and others, coming up with this Russia hoax. And I told Putin, I said, you know, it's a shame because we could have done a lot of business, the countries together, but with this whole fake thing that's going on, and he understood that. I said, it's a fake deal. He actually said to me, he said, it's tough to make a deal now. I said, you're right, it's tough. They created a fake narrative, this Russia, Russia, Russia hoax. It was a hoax. And we could have had a much different relationship with Russia.
And is it worth reminding you as well that the first individuals from a foreign country who Donald Trump invited to the White House were the top foreign leaders from Putin's Russia? He had Sergei Kislyak and Lavrov in the Oval Office, who he met with outside of the presence of any American media or any of his own advisors. And then he gave them classified information. You know how we know he gave them classified information? He tweeted about it. He said he gave them classified information, and he said then that he had an absolute right to do it. I want you to think about that. He was using the language of absolute immunity, the language of a dictator, with his first act of the presidency, bringing the Russians into the Oval, into we the people, our Oval, giving them classified information, tweeting that he gave them classified information and said he had the right to do it. And remember when he went to Helsinki? Shall I show you that? Let me show you where Donald Trump said that he trusts Vladimir Putin over American intelligence. Here, play this clip.
My first question for you, sir, is who do you believe? My second question is, would you now, with the whole world watching, tell President Putin, would you denounce what happened in 2016, and would you warn him to never do it again?
So let me just say that we have two thoughts. You have groups that are wondering why the FBI never took the server. Haven't they taken the server? Why was the FBI told to leave the office of the Democratic National Committee? I've been wondering that. I've been asking that for months and months, and I've been tweeting it out and calling it out on social media. Where is the server? I want to know, where is the server, and what is the server saying? With that being said, all I can do is ask the question. My people came to me, Dan Coates came to me and some others. They said they think it's Russia. I have President Putin. He just said it's not Russia. I will say this. I don't see any reason why it would be, but I really do want to see the server. But I have confidence in both parties. I really believe that this will probably go on for a while, but I don't think it can go on without finding out what happened to the server. What happened to the servers of the Pakistani gentlemen that worked on the DNC? Where are those servers? They're missing. Where are they? What happened to Hillary Clinton's emails? 33,000 emails gone, just gone. I think in Russia they wouldn't be gone so easily. I think it's a disgrace that we can't get Hillary Clinton's 33,000 emails. So I have great confidence in my intelligence people, but I will tell you that President Putin was extremely strong and powerful in his denial today. And what he did is an incredible offer. He offered to have the people working on the case come and work with their investigators with respect to the 12 people. I think that's an incredible offer. Okay, thank you.
Or remember when Donald Trump gave a speech recently in Doral, Florida, and he said he didn't know what NATO even was when he took office? He claims he didn't know what NATO is. Play this clip.
I didn't even know what the hell NATO was too much before, but it didn't take me long to figure it out, like about 2 minutes. And the first thing I figured out was they weren't paying. We were paying almost fully for NATO.
Well, what's interesting is that right now, Donald Trump's making selfie videos of himself saying that NATO is a threat and that America needs to get out of NATO, and that if he were to be elected, he would consider disbanding or rethinking NATO. Play this clip.
At home, the State Department, the defense bureaucracy, the intelligence services, and all of the rest need to be completely overhauled and reconstituted to fire the deep staters and put America first. We have to put America first. Finally, we have to finish the process we began under my administration of fundamentally reevaluating NATO's purpose and NATO's mission. Our foreign policy establishment keeps trying to pull the world into conflict with a nuclear-armed Russia based on the lie that Russia represents our greatest threat. But the greatest threat to Western civilization today is not Russia. It's probably, more than anything else, ourselves and some of the horrible USA-hating people that represent us.
I mean, how is this even possible? How did the Republican Party go from tear down the wall, Mr. Gorbachev, to America needs to pull out of NATO, to Vladimir Putin is this brilliant negotiator? Like here's another selfie video that Donald Trump made of himself where he says Putin was a great negotiator by putting troops on the border of Ukraine. Play this clip.
Never happened. Russia was not going to attack Ukraine. As soon as I got out, they started to form along the lines. And I thought that Putin maybe will. Look, he's a good negotiator. I thought he was going to be doing that for negotiation purposes. Then all of a sudden they attacked. And I said, what's going on here?
I remember when Donald Trump said that he had like secret deals with Putin that only Putin would release Evan Gershkovich, even though Gershkovich was released through a prison swap negotiated by President Biden. Here, play this clip.
Evan Gershkovich, the reporter for the Wall Street Journal who is being held by Russia, will be released almost immediately after the election, but definitely before I assume office. He will be home. He will be safe. Vladimir Putin, president of Russia, will do that for me, and I don't believe he'll do it for anyone else, and we will be paying nothing. Biden likes to pay massive numbers. We will be paying nothing. Thank you very much.
So while all of that's going on, Donald Trump is then stealing the symbols of America, like our American flag, and putting his name on it. Look at the emails that he's sending. The American flag with Trump's name on our flag? Seriously? Or Donald Trump saying this is the most patriotic flag yet? A red MAGA flag? Is saying that's the most patriotic flag, not the American flag? And then when he's selling American flag pins, it has his name on it? Are you kidding me? Or how about the fact that Donald Trump has changed the lyrics to the national anthem and now sings the J6th choir song instead of the national anthem. I mean, again, how is this even real? Or how about this? Donald Trump just constantly talking negatively about our country over and over again. You realize what he's trying to do? He's trying to cause harm. He posts this photo of the American flag with his face on it and repeatedly posts over and over and over again that America is a failing nation. It's failing, it's failing, it's failing. He says that over and over again, right? That's why he wanted to block and did block a bipartisan border deal, because he wants there to be chaos. He made a selfie video of himself moments ago where he's saying there's going to be an economic crash, because he's trying to create panic while his stock, Trump media, is down 74% since March. Here's the video he just made of himself.
Kamala, crash. We're going to have a crash like 1929 if she gets in. It will not be pretty. Thank you.
This is what he's doing, folks. And then he gives this bizarre interview with Hannity where he talks about how Viktor Orban's a strong man and people need a strong man. Play this clip.
It's the question they asked Viktor Orban, who's really considered a very strong. They said he's a strong man. Sometimes you need a strong man. He's a strong man. He's the prime minister of Hungary.
And then he speaks like a dictator because he's a wannabe dictator, right? He goes, you have to vote for me. You have no choice. Here, play this clip.
I'm not going to allow it. You can't take the chance. You have no choice. You've got to vote for me. You've got to vote for me. You got to. Even if you don't like me, you know? Yeah. It's no, but even if you don't like me, you can sit there and say, I can't stand that guy, but there's no way I'm going to vote for her. Now
compare that to Governor Walz. Here's what Governor Walz said when he spoke in Pennsylvania yesterday. Play the clip.
This is going to be door-to-door, phone call to phone call. It's going to be engaging people who it is a deliberate effort by some people to make them believe that our political system is broken, to make them believe that things are pessimistic. My God, every time I hear Donald Trump give a speech, it's like the next screenplay for Mad Max or something. They're rooting against America. They do not believe in the exceptionalism of this country. They do not believe in the people who built this country. They simply want to complain about them. And by you coming here and talking neighbor to neighbor, that's what inspires people. My wife always talks about this. She said, I don't read the paper to see the movie reviews. I ask people that I know what they think about it. And they go, that's the same thing that's going on here. And I think all of you in this room, it's not hyperbole to say, this election could very well hinge on this county here and this field office here and the folks that we get out. That is an awesome responsibility, but it's also an awesome opportunity.
And folks, if I can debunk one other thing, and I think it's important, I just showed you that video of Governor Walz. You may have seen this photo circulating where it says that these are like the Walz family supports Donald Trump. Do you remember seeing this photo right here? Well, it turns out that the Walz family for Trump photo that's gone viral, and you may have seen it, and was reposted by Trump, is only related to Tim Walz through his grandfather's brother. That's who this is. It's not even like his direct family or there are right now going on so many right-wing ops that are taking place. And it is so important that we continue to get out accurate and truthful information. I have to look you in the eye right now and say, like, you are so important to getting out the truth. There are so much money being spent with these billionaires who are trying to take away our democracy from us. And they're gaslighting us. You know how Governor Walz sometimes says in his speech, he's like, who's even asking for these ideas? Who goes, I want less health care. I want to work while I'm sick. I want the government to invade my personal space. He goes, who's asking for these ideas? It's the right question. It's the right question. They're people who want to take away your freedom for different reasons. There's foreign adversaries who want to weak America and realize that that's what Trump provides. There are billionaires who want to pickpocket and take away your money, your hard-earned money, and they want to divide us, and that's their way to do it. This is going to escalate from now until November. But guess what? We have one of the biggest platforms here together that you helped create. So we're going to have to work together, and we're going to have to get out this information. Together, the truth, every day. I can count on you. I know I can. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million together.
Real quick, Meta just changed their algorithm to suppress political content. Please follow our Instagram @MeidasTouch right now as we head towards 400,000 followers so you don't miss a beat.